Welcome to Neon Pocket Dimension. Strange and lovely reality where everything nerdy exists in harmony. What's up? That's right. It's another week of Neon Pocket Dimension. This week, we're talking the stuff that made us, the weird and wonderful things that made our childhood. So we're going to go around and tell you what we've been nerding out on, and then take it all the way back to yesteryear and figure out all the weird and funky stuff that made us who we are today. We're stoked to finally all be back in the chairs. The full cast is here today. So I am Gage, aka Luke Shot First, coming back from my very empty house up in Northern California for the last time. And with me I have the bodacious, loquacious singer extraordinaire, Steven.
Yo. How's it going? That's a very empty house over there. If you yell, how much does it echo?
I know. I'm sorry for everyone who's listening to this podcast on audio later. I have this funky little, headphones mic, and yes, a very echoey room. Hello.
You just don't get that sound when everything's in it, right? So I just like to mess around with that when that happens.
My garage, especially. I went down there earlier today. I was doing some laundry in there, and I made a noise, and it was just like tick-tock. And I was like, whoa. So then I started singing. It was fun.
Yeah.
Also with me is the Dungeon Master himself, Jacob Jones.
Whoa, I didn't expect that. Hello, I'm Dungeon Master. How's it going, Jacob?
Don't encourage him, please.
You know what I like to do? You know what I like to do when there's a lot of acoustics is this.
Oh, yeah.
You do it in various corners, and you'll really hear where it echoes the most.
There's this really cool part in Grand Central Station in New York where if you stand on these opposite pillars across, even though there's a bunch of people in between you, you can whisper and hear what the other person is saying. It's pretty cool. And lastly, after much banter in between, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Miguel himself up in the top right corner there.
I was gonna say if you've ever been to the United States Capitol building, there's a spot in the statuary that does the same thing. That's pretty cool.
It's probably something to do with the archway above it or something like that.
Check out the big brain on Brad.
Metric system.
Thank you.
It's cause of the metric system.
Yeah.
Royale with cheese.
Housekeeping for you guys. Neon Pocket Dimension is streamed live right here on twitch.tv/Neon Pocket Dimension. If you're watching us right now on Twitch, hey everyone. Thanks for being here. It is Wednesdays at 7 p.m. that you'll find us Pacific time. But if you miss us live, you can check us out later on YouTube or your favorite podcast service. Shows come out on Fridays. And if you enjoy the content there, give it a like, subscribe, leave a review. It really helps us. And we'll get out and reach more of you lovely people. So, more housekeeping. This Saturday, you're going to have to tell me what time, Jacob. Big St. Patty's Day stream. Is it Saturday? Sunday?
I believe it's 2 Pacific. Saturday.
Yep. Saturday, 2 Pacific time. I realize I don't even have the graphic up, but I'm going to pull that up in just a sec.
Hell yeah.
And I'll show it to y'all.
These guys have been doing lots of cool stuff. It's going to be an Odd Valley Tavern hosted extraordinaire.
Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To get drunk, do some streaming games. Looks cool. So they'll have the full rundown for you. Stay tuned to Odd Valley. Is it called Odd Valley Tavern now on
Yes.
on Twitter?
Oh, it's at Odd Valley Pod.
Got it. At Odd Valley Pod. But yeah, stay tuned up there, and they'll tell you the whole rundown. They're posting all that stuff, and we'll co-post it on NPD Squad. So if you're following us on Twitter there. But yeah, that with enough of that housekeeping, again, Jacob's going to bring that up in a second. But we're going to move right on to our extraordinary original segment that isn't like any other segment out there on the internet. We're going to be we're going into the WYBNOO. That's what you've been nerding out on. This week, let's start with Jacob, and I think that might work nicely considering what you're going to talk about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So what have I been nerding out on? Let's get the nerdy shit out of the way. I beat Final Fantasy 16. I'm on my road to Rebirth right now. So I did beat it. It's great. I'm working on getting a spoiler cast together. I was thinking of doing it with this the homie Verum Dex tomorrow night, but I'm really thinking that we should have a full set of people who beat the game. I have like maybe a total of 4 of us that could talk about it, so we'll get that together maybe in not this weekend but the following weekend, because I really want to talk about Final Fantasy 16. I thought it was a great game. As a Final Fantasy game, like, because the RPG stuff is kind of lost there, it is different, and I have things to say about that, but like overall the game itself, a lot of fun, so can't wait to get into that. But on my road to Rebirth, I've beaten 7 Remake before, so I just need to do that again to be refreshed on the story. Plus I get PS5 trophies that are different from PS4 trophies, so I'm cool with that. But then I haven't beat Intergrade, nice. You know what I mean? So I'm going to beat 7 Remake, beat Rebirth, or excuse me, Intergrade, and then go into Rebirth. Yeah. But then, like, the funny thing about that is Dragon's Dogma, when that comes out, everything else goes on hold. So who knows when I'll get to Rebirth. Probably not till, like, May or June. But hey, it is what it is.
Right. It's going to be a lot of good gaming here. You have time, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. But besides that, what have I really been nerding out on this week? It's working on this damn stream. Miguel actually came over last Saturday and we set up we set up everything just to do like a mock setup just to see how it would all work, so we don't have to try to tackle this the day of and have massive delays and stuff. If you are watching us live, you're listening to Irish music right now. Make sure to watch us live to get background music. In general, you can't get that on the what we post later. But this is Flogging Molly, I think. Yeah, Drunken Lullabies. Great song.
Love that.
Great job.
Thanks.
Shout out to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, which that song is in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That one was fun. They're all really fun. Yeah, Polly Pockets in the chat, she said that was hours of brainstorming, very thorough, good job. Yeah, and I appreciate, again, for you guys coming over. Polly Pocket came over, too. And
says there's background music?
It's just really low. I could turn it up a little. I'll turn it up.
You have to have a subwoofer. It only puts the subs in.
Let me know if you can hear it now.
Your age, Panafin. It's only for the teens. High frequency hearing.
You gotta have at least 2 15s in the back of the trunk.
I turned it up more, so you probably can hear it now. Okay, yeah, so we went through all that. We got all squared away. We have a lot of events planned. So let's get into it really quick. Okay, I can faintly hear it. Perfect.
That's exactly how it should be.
Here we go. Ooh, that faded in really slowly.
That was nice. I like that.
That was kind of cool. So we did shift one thing around, but here it is, March 16th, 2024. That's this Saturday. I did design this myself. Thank you, Steven, for showing me Photopea, because it's become my life now.
It's great.
It works for me so well. And so whatever Gage can't do, I'm doing, so we got our graphics on lock. So here's our schedule. At 2 o'clock, we're going to do an episode of Odd Valley Tavern to kind of meet everyone who will be there, at least at that time. We'll go over everything that we're going to do for that day. We're going to go into finish the Irish Toast at 3:30, where essentially I'm going to have an Irish Toast, leave out the last segment of the Irish Toast, and they have to guess, which they'll get a little bit more clues as we go. And we'll be passing out these things that I've cut out of paper called special toast cards that you can use at any point in the day, one-time use, that'll fuck with people, force them to drink. It could shield them from drinks. It's like a meta game that'll be going on all day. So pretty proud of that too. I made 40 of them, all with unique Irish toast and all with unique effects, and I've cut them all out of paper. So I'm prepared. Then we're gonna play Drunk Quest for real. Then we're gonna play Drunk Quest, which is this card game I have. I went over the rules yesterday. One game could take up to like 35 minutes max, so we'll probably have a little extra time to play another drinking game. Then we'll get into the Irish Poker Tournament, which is essentially you lay out a card. You lay out 4 cards for everyone, and then you go round by round guessing if it's red or black, high or low, etc., etc. And whoever has the most drinks will be eliminated, and that's how it'll work as a tournament. All these events, by the way, have like actual prizes, so hopefully that'll get people really getting into it. And all of these things all of these events will be drinking heavily, except for Finish Irish Toast. That's the only one that'll be like a sober event. And we got Irish versus English beer pong.
About that, though?
I mean, we could have sips.
After Odd Valley Tavern, you think it's gonna be sober?
No, I'm saying finish Irish toast as an event won't have drinks happening like forced. That won't be a drinking
forced
game.
drinks. Okay.
That's what I mean. We'll be drunk by then, kind of.
Oh yes.
But it'll be a little different because we're only going to take one shot at 2:00. My parents are going to show up. We're going to take a shot with them, and then we'll get into it. But yeah, we'll do Irish versus English beer pong, which is I'll represent Ireland because I'm Welsh, so that's close enough to Celtic. And then I have essentially a cousin who's English. I'm saying it's close enough. I don't have any Irish people, but I have a cousin who's English, so he'll be the English. And it'll just be one game of beer pong. Then we'll play shock potato, which is hot potato, but it actually shocks you. But if you lose, you have to take a shot and you're out, until there's one person. And then finally, we'll have the second annual, the rings, which is like darts, but you throw rings and they will go on a board. So that's everything that's going on. We've been planning really hard. We have multiple cameras. I have an instant replay thing set up. We're going to have commentators. It's going to be like fucking crazy, but I'm super excited, man.
I have a question about that. The rings event, right?
Oh, yeah.
Are you playing the ring in the background?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Would kill the vibe, maybe?
It's not rings. It's not the
totally
ring.
Different, man.
Not Ringu?
It's not Ringu.
No.
It's
Ringu, no.
the rings.
No
the
sexy,
rings. Okay.
no
Not
sexy
Lord of the
event for
Rings.
you guys.
So wait, does the person that win, are they called Lord of the Rings then?
Yes.
Yes, they are.
I agree with that. It's now canon. Thank you.
They will be Lord of the
That's
Rings.
awesome.
Now,
Did I just make canon?
unfortunately, besides Miguel, because we're both in Vegas, these two fellas won't be able to be there, but they'll be in the chat. I can't really work out having them on like mics or anything, but who knows? Maybe they can call in and we could have like, a little segment or something. But either way, the following year, I hope that these guys can also make it because this is something we do every year and we'll continue doing it every year. But really nerding out on it, man. And that's my WYBNOO for today.
Love it. Well, yeah, we'll all look forward to that. It's technically my daughter's birthday today, so happy birthday, Maya. But we're having her party on Saturday, so morning we'll be hanging out and doing good wholesome family brunch and stuff. But then we're planning on going from wholesome family brunch, Maya birthday party, to empty house party at our house because it's the last day we're going to be in our house. So that'll be fun. Maybe we'll clean the whole house and then get it all dirty again. We'll see. So. All right, who is next on the WYBNOO? Oh wait, sorry. Who is next on the WYBNOO?
That's Scottish.
I was gonna say I don't think that's an Irish accent.
Sorry, my feeling goes always into Scottish pretty bad. I'm much better at Scottish.
Are you Scottish? What are you?
I'm Irish and German.
Oh,
So actually, my German is quite better. It's quite better. But,
I see.
Well, next up on the WYBNOO, we shall have Miguel go. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll go.
Time to tell us what you have been nerding out on. Oh, for goodness sake.
A lot of Star Wars Rebels. I finally got to season 4, and it's getting real good. I'm totally digging it. Totally worth a watch if you have not seen it. I'm gonna watch Ahsoka at some point. A year late, but it's all good. I don't give two shits. I've been doing that. I haven't really played Final Fantasy 16. I've been busy doing other shit. But I'm still technically in the middle of that. And then what else have I been doing? Watched a lot of random movies. I watched a movie called The Gift with what's his name? Jason Bateman.
Yeah.
And,
I like that movie.
And it was interesting. It was kind of where I thought it was going to go, But
Yeah, it's a little predictable.
It's a little predictable, but overall it's a little weird too. Like it makes you wonder. But I mean, yeah, exactly. Moral of the story type movie is what Polly Pocket's saying. Overall, I won't ruin it, but his problem at the end is fairly easily solved, as far as knowing. I'm sure apparently Gage has seen it, so he probably knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do.
I know I'm being vague, Steven, but
I'm
maybe
like
someone
trying to
wants to
figure
watch
out
it.
what the movie is even about.
It's
and
like
I
some
just have
guy
to-
like they moved back to their hometown, and then this guy that he used to know starts kind of stalking them, right?
Oh.
But I won't get into it more than that. But that's kind of, and then stuff happens.
Kinda,
Okay.
You want to go in pretty blind, I would say, to get most,
Yeah,
most out of
like
it.
if I tell you more, like there's no point in watching it.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Okay.
overall, it was pretty good. Like I was entertained. What
Are you
else
not
did I watch?
entertained?
Yeah, it was mainly Star Wars Rebels, to be honest with you, and John Oliver, of course. John Oliver has been really funny.
Oh yeah.
The last episode with about doctors was pretty good, so I highly recommend it. And it really does make you wonder what doctors are doing while you're, or anyone really, when you're passed out.
Yeah.
There's a video of a doctor who does TikToks while in surgery.
Wow.
That's a whole different thing. TikTok's in the news now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so a lot of interesting stuff. I highly recommend that show too. But,
I'm
that's pretty much
disgusting.
it that I can think of right now. I was bad. My New Year's resolution has been broken. I did not write anything down this week.
Yeah, I think
This
I also broke it.
Motherfucker.
All right, well, on that note, we're on to Mr. Steven, putting you on the hot seat.
Yeah, so mine is just been nerding out over my PC.
Yeah.
Really have to dig in there. Like mostly good things, but then there was like that one issue where it's like, I can't figure this out, and I've looked everywhere online, and nobody has the problem but me, and it's fine, and it can't be
Oh
solved
my
or
God.
explained. So it's like,
That's so ridiculous.
and then I spent like 4 hours Saturday just losing my mind, and then I was like, well, you know what? Fuck it, I'll find another solution. So, yeah, PC gaming, master race.
What
Yeah.
later on, consult me on that. Maybe I can help you.
Yeah, well, I think I figured out what it was. Just
Okay.
Because when we started it, some other people's their video camera was freezing, and then you guys are fine, so I have to.
Oh,
figured it
Discord. Yeah. Fuck
Yeah,
Discord.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
you,
Discord, it's just Discord, I think. So it's not-
Yeah.
And
But-
thank you, because that's how we do our podcast. So thanks. Bye.
Yeah. It sucks.
They heard us. My internet just dipped hard.
Yeah, it sure did. Fucking shadow.
How's the internet at your new place, Gage?
I haven't really tested it out yet because I haven't actually gotten Wi-Fi yet. I'll get it when I go up there.
All right. I can't wait to test it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
love to
I
hate
ordered-
Discord is right.
I ordered the same speed of internet as I have now, so that's fine.
Nice.
Hey, but that
And,
the infrastructure could be better where you're at, though. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's very true. And like we're in like a relatively big apartment complex. I don't know if that'll help or hurt, but we'll see.
Miguel, did you just send an Instagram right now?
To you enjoy it. Yeah,
You motherfucker.
I did. My bad, dude.
No, that's it. I'm showing him. I'm showing him.
Oh,
It's a Fallout cat.
It's a Fallout.
Okay,
Cat.
No.
that. All right,
I love
I'm not
him.
mad at
Survivor.
Miguel.
I'm not mad. It was that important,
That was very good. Don't need to-
and
Sorry,
I'm gonna like it.
I don't need to be sorry. You don't apologize for cats. Come on.
Yeah, what the fuck? I'm just giving you a hard
That's
time.
literally what the internet's made for.
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
that. My PC, I guess.
So, do you think when all said and done, though, you're gonna be way stoked?
Oh yeah, dude. I downloaded Control because that just came on Game Pass. And I turned everything to fucking max epic ultra, and it's like butter. It started running like butter.
Love that.
Like, yeah, and then I tried out Helldivers is what I was gonna say. And,
Oh yeah.
that game is stressful. It's a very
Yeah,
stressful game
it sure
when you
is.
play- When you play solo, like
Oh.
I fought the robots, dude, and the robots came after me, and they had scary guns. It was like Terminators coming after me.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a guy on a turret, and I really hated that motherfucker. But I died to him a lot for no reason other than I couldn't remember the keybinds. So
There you go. Yep.
yeah,
I feel that. I switched the dive button to this side mouse. You know what I mean? and that
I
made
might
it
do that,
easier.
yeah.
It made it easier for me because it's like control or shift or some bullshit, and I'm like, or it's
Yeah.
like alt. I don't know. It's like a dumb button. I'm like, I need something better to be able to access it.
And I was
Can't
almost
even
like,
I
do I
can't even
use
imagine.
controller? Like, do I use controller at this point? Yeah. There's a lot of buttons
mean-
in that game you need to press. Like,
Dude.
I started trying out. Sidebar real fast. Started trying out Resident Evil 4 on Mac because like it's on Mac now. You know what I mean? And I was trying to play something on keyboard and mouse, and I was just like, I feel so stupid. I can't do this. So, we'll see.
you got it.
There's a learning curve.
It's been years.
It
Like
definitely depends on the game you're playing.
Oh yeah.
it's probably been since 2012 since I played a game on my PC.
So, and then the last thing was Balatro. I beat one of the decks of Balatro. Earlier today with a crazy run, luck and strategy combined, and I got it. So that was pretty fun. That's my WYBNOO.
I didn't really realize that that you could beat Balatro. I thought you just won games or lost games. There's like
It's a roguelike.
overarching-
It's a
I see.
roguelike. So like all roguelike games, there's like you can beat a run.
Right,
I
you
see.
beat a run, and you increase difficulty, and there's different characters, which are the decks, right? So I only beat one character's
Cool.
beginning difficulty, so
Damn. That game's got some legs then, it sounds like.
it has. Its
Oh,
ups
it
and downs,
does.
too.
Yeah, yep, it's fun. I just have to beat the red deck to get another deck. So
I got the abandoned deck, and there's no face cards in it, and so that's interesting.
wow.
Whoa. I guess depending on that might actually like increase the odds of certain types of play, maybe. Who knows?
Yep, it changes up the strategy, so it's pretty
Yeah.
dope.
That's awesome. How much? This is just as a layman. How much poker is actually involved? Is it just pretty much knowing the hands, or
Yeah, it's knowing the hands and
It's the rules of scoring poker that are intact. But like you're not betting, you know what I mean? It's not like you're not at a table. You just need to know how like what a straight is and what a flush is and how to get those things. And then from there the jokers are just like doing crazy shit and you're getting all sorts of points and stuff. It's crazy.
That's very cool. Hell yeah. All right. Lastly, for my WYBNOO. So I've been moving around, right? And I've been moving house and stuff. So all my game consoles and everything are torn up in random boxes. So what I've been doing is I sold my Switch, which is kind of crazy. But a buddy had never had a Switch before. And I had like kind of gotten to a stopping point with it, and I was like, well, maybe we're gonna get a new Switch next year. So why don't I sell this one? I'm probably good off any of the new games that are coming out for it this next, however long. But because of that, my little mobile device that I've been using I've been playing my 3DS, which is wild. I'm pretty much just been playing through old Pokemon games. Because of that, I kind of have a little bit of a bone to pick with Nintendo, if you'll allow me. Jacob, if you want, I put a link in my WYBNOO on the run of show.
Let me take a look.
Cool. So essentially, Nintendo sued this big company or this big emulator called Yuzu, which is what people have been pretty much using to play Nintendo on Steam Deck, right? I'm actually in the market for a Steam Deck. I think I'm going to do that soon. So I can get it up on this here PC gaming you guys have been talking about. And yes, exactly. I'm excited. I thought maybe that'd be the move instead of a new Nintendo Switch. But my only thing is that with Nintendo, I mean, first of all, piracy and stuff, I totally agree in a lot of sense that it hurts developers. They talked about Zelda being pirated over 1 million times, which I can imagine honestly hurts that studio. And it's definitely not, I think, especially for current consoles. I think that's it's a shitty thing to do, to be pirating from people. Certainly if you're pirating indie games or anything like that, that's not a good look, right? But just something I've been noticing with playing this 3DS is, one, that the store is shut down, right? So there's no way for me to buy a new game on that thing, right? And then Two, same thing with Nintendo Switch. Like, I pretty much have been using my 3DS as a Pokemon machine. But it's one of the things where it's like, I like on Switch, you literally can't play any of the old generation Pokemons, and it's just one of those things where if Nintendo is going to be so hard and hectic on things like emulation, I just think they need to do a little bit better as far as giving players access to like their their software, and it's so strange to me that they have Nintendo Switch Online and all of these different things, but you just can't play Pokemon on a modern system in that way. Yeah, it's just an odd one for me, and again, like not being able to buy it on 3DS. So the only way I'd be able to do it is to buy, like, they didn't even have it. It was always digital on 3DS. You know what I mean? They didn't have a cart of like the older Pokemons on there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just a weird situation in which like games go away and are pretty much unplayable. And I could get an emulator for an old Pokemon or something like that. But it's just an interesting place I'm in when you go back to some of that older hardware and you can't you can't get the games you want for it without spending hundreds of dollars or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I think. Go ahead.
No, yeah, you go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Do it.
No, I just thought it was, dude. I thought it. This whole thing is interesting. Doing like not too long on it, but like I think that it's they're not providing the access to any of their old games. And in most cases, you've already purchased a copy of these games.
100%.
You just want to play them on something new.
Yeah.
But
and like I understand that even porting something is still technically it takes people and stuff, but then charge them for
but that's what Switch Online should be for, NSO, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
That goes to cover the cost of the ports and things like that. So
yeah, but then you could also make the argument that there's probably not as many people to basically do these ports, so they choose not to because it's cheaper for them to not do it.
But also, okay.
And they don't want to put the work in because they'd rather focus on other stuff. And don't get me wrong, I want to play older things, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then this also kind of goes to the whole going digital in general anyway.
Yep.
With most games anyway, right? Like, you're going to have instances where things are just going to disappear.
Yeah, it's true. And it's as far as games preservation goes, and it's just interesting because Nintendo has maybe some of the richest video game history, you know what I mean? So yeah, so my thing is though, I'm just trying to get right back in. My thing is though, so I bought all the Pokemon games in Spanish is essentially what I was getting after, which means that now I'm playing through Pokemon Red in Spanish, which is good. It's actually helping me practice.
Wait, why are you playing it in Spanish?
So on 3DS, on the digital store on 3DS, every game, instead of there being an option to change the language options within the game, every game is listed as a different SKU in every language. So, like, in every language that's available. So, for instance, I was scrolling along. I'm like, oh, Pokemon Red, I want to buy that. Bought it. Little did I know, I had to wait for the little title to scroll to the point where there would be parentheses that says Spanish language. Anywho,
why don't you just get a phone emulator?
Well, yeah, I know. But I'm just whatever. I'm just playing 3DS. It's just nice to have a little 3DS. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Man, finish the story, Jacob. Jeez.
I don't know. We were so rudely interrupted by my computer completely crashing.
Exactly. By the way, I also just want to let you guys know I don't have my usual lighting setup going on, and this light is kind of just shining straight in my eyes. So if I look really stoned, I promise I'm not. I'm having to squint a little bit because there's just a light bulb directly in my face.
Right.
Right. That's what they all say.
There's no need to lie, but okay.
It's like in fifth period computer class where I'm like, it's just because of the lighting, man.
Good job.
Anyways, so my point is, Nintendo, do a little bit better and let me play Pokemon on modern systems. That's all I'm saying. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my WYBNOO for said week. Let's move on to topic of the show. I know I so badly want to do that every time, and then I'm like, nope, don't be derivative.
Right.
So we all kind of grew up at slightly different times, so this will be a little interesting because I think we're going to have a lot of overlap because we're not like that far apart. But childhood, right? Weird time in everyone's life, And especially there is weird stuff that comes out that we all kind of remember, whether it be toys or commercials or film or just like what you would call, I guess, memes back in the day. You know what I mean? That before memetics were a thing, really. So today we're gonna go through just some of the stuff that, like, kind of the stuff that made us, like toys, cartoons, all those things that put us back into the nostalgic era of our youth, and just kind of go down the line and maybe talk the things that we that we loved when we were children, or that were just like plain out strange. Jacob, you want to start us off? We have a couple of lists to go through, maybe that'll kind of spark our memories a bit.
Could I mean, so we all, how old are we? Like, I'm 37. I think you guys are a little young, or you're a little younger than us, right?
33. Yeah.
You're 33 as well.
All right, I'm 30. So Miguel is a little older than me, right?
40,
You guys are a little younger, right? So, I mean, did we all grow up in the 90s, basically? I mean, Miguel had a little bit more 80s, right?
Well, I was gonna say, technically, when were you born?
1990.
Yeah, I was born in 86. Okay,
Party.
everything's fine now. It's all working.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna do anything to upset the balance. Okay. All right.
Discord if you'll start working.
Yeah. Thanks, fucking piece of shit. My computer is awesome. Discord is not.
Praise. But speaking of nostalgic dial-up, flashbacks, dial-up, yeah.
Yeah. This is like the dial-up days. Anyway, like I was going to get to in the first place, let's get into it. Let's show off some fun stuff. So I pulled up some stuff for us to look through. But before we fully look through it, I was just gonna ask, like, is there anything y'all remember from your childhoods that's weird that I could just look up?
And that jacket.
Yeah.
I used to have that jacket.
Like that's unique from that time.
Yeah, that's 90s. This is 90s.
The Hornets jacket, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hornet.
Got it. And shout out to the Charlotte Hornets in general.
Like, I feel like basketball was bigger.
It was very big.
It was huge. Yeah. Here's that jacket right there.
There's that fucking jacket, man.
I feel like I remember the Charlotte Hornets, and then I remember the Detroit Pistons. Those are like the color schemes. I remember
the Raptors is what I always thought their logo.
Yeah, Bulls were huge.
Oh, the Raptors was cool.
Bulls were huge.
I got to see the Jordan Pippen, what's his Kim Jong Il's friend, Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. I got to see them play those shitty Warriors at the time, and it was great.
It's a 90s Bulls jacket right there too. But yeah, no. Do you guys have any like stuff from your childhood? Yeah, I mean, we know like there was 90s things, but were there like toys, cartoons, comics?
Do you remember those roller skates that you could hook onto your shoes that would like shrink down, right? You could adjust the little thing. Yep. Yeah. And instead of having like roller skates.
Whoa! No, I didn't know about this. What the fuck?
Oh no, those are
not those.
Not those. It's like a Fisher Price thing. These were
Fisher Price. Fisher Price. Fisher Price skates 90s. Let's see.
There you go. See, those right there.
Those?
That's it.
The left one. Yeah.
This one right here?
Yeah.
The left ones, and then you can do rollerblades too. They had the rollerblades as well. We had.
I don't know about that at all, dude. I've never seen that.
Oh, yeah.
That was. Yeah, absolutely. They were yellow, they were uncomfortable, and they didn't really work all that well.
The wheels had really bad bearings.
Oh, the wheels were the worst. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I do. I remember those vividly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and the
little yellow things where you had to squeeze, and they would be super fucking hard to squeeze for whatever reason.
Wow.
There you go.
Damn, no, I've never heard of those. Miguel, do you have any weird shit like this I've never heard of? Dude?
Not that I can think of, to be honest with you. I'd have to, maybe when we start going through some of this shit.
Okay, cool.
Something will get triggered, but right now I can't think of anything.
I mean, you guys remember GAC, right? I thought that was weird. Or like Silly Putty.
And any slime stuff. All the slime stuff was, yeah. Silly Putty, I messed with.
Silly Putty.
Remember this
They
shit?
still make
with the
that.
newspapers. Yeah, you
Do
do
they?
the newspaper
Yeah.
and you pull it off.
Yeah, they still make
People,
silly putty.
kids playing with silly putty these days?
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
how popular it is,
these
but it's
days,
definitely
no,
still
maybe
around.
not kids, but definitely adults.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I remember doing it with
Nice.
newspapers, and I would do it with comics sometimes too, and it would work sometimes. So that was cool.
Nice.
Nope.
Well, I remember that being a weird thing. But anyway, all right. So yeah, we can go through the list. So obviously it's starting off with the slap bracelet, but moon shoes. Don't know what the fuck these are.
Oh, I
They
remember
were-
the commercial, but I never had them.
Yeah, I saw them. I never had them, and I always remember seeing the commercials like that looks dumb. Even as a kid,
Yeah.
I was like, that looks not.
I knew that was some gimmicky bullshit for sure.
Wait,
I
they
think-
still make them?
I guess so.
I guess so. Yeah, it seems that way. Wow. You can get it for $30.
Up to 130
Give
pounds.
me
huh?
some moon shoes, guys.
Yeah. That's kind of strange.
I think I passed that weight limit on that one, but okay.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Okay, I don't know what
Killing my
dragonflies
dreams,
are.
I have no idea what
Sorry.
these are either. These look like some sort of like Power Rangers ripoff to me.
No, I don't remember those at all either.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have other lists too
No,
that we
keep
can
going.
look at.
Let's see what else is on this.
Yeah, well, we can flip through it. Pogo balls.
That
I
looks
do
treacherous. That looks
remember
treacherous.
that. But
I
don't
don't.
remember if that's what it was called.
And
I
then
have
all
no
the
idea what this is.
advertisements were just nuts for those things. Like,
Yep.
was the kazoo like? Was that part of that era, or was that earlier?
I don't know.
Professional instrument, friend.
No, the kazoo kid.
Let's see.
Like,
Oh, Kazoo Kid.
I feel like Kazoo Kid was 90s.
Well, that's just a video, so it's like a VCR. Like that was a
Like, what was
VHS
it
tape.
from though? Why do I remember that from my childhood?
Because it was a meme. So
Was it from America's Funniest
okay,
Home Videos?
it was a commercial for a kazoo.
Ah.
Okay,
Okay.
so it was.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's this video right here, which I'll just play it. Who cares? I gotta edit this shit anyway. What's the difference?
On kazoo.
Don't run, jump, or dance while playing the kazoo. Thanks.
Oh.
Thanks.
Ouch. Oh, hi. Wait a minute. Who are you? I'll tell you a secret. Sometimes I get a little quiet when I meet lots of new kids. You know what? I think we're gonna be friends.
Special friends.
And when I'm with friends, I like to have fun.
This is edited.
Yeah, this is edited. But there you go. That's the gist of it, at least.
This is like some of Greg Miller's childhood shit over here. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's Kazoo Kid. That's a classic video right there.
I do remember that.
But kazoos are cool. I mean, I was just looking it up. Kazoos were made in like, I don't know, when the hell were kazoos made?
Probably pretty early on, right? For a while.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be.
Pretty basic instrument.
I bet you they were like 70s.
Yeah, it's not saying when it was made.
Oh.
Oh, 1921. Yeah, these kazoos have been around for a while.
Yeah.
Cool. So we have pogo balls. Don't know what the fuck those are. Look at this thing. Cabbage Patch Kids snack time.
Kids.
But
Yeah.
you never saw the pogo balls, Jacob?
No, I've never
The
seen pogo
snack
balls.
time? This is a
Really?
thing?
Here's a lady showing it off, but I
Doing reviews and
figured
stuff.
that would have been
Oh,
a
slip and
commercial.
slide.
Slip and slide,
Oh,
which is good.
yes, Yeah.
Which, what the
We
fuck?
never-
This
we
isn't even a
never,
good GIF. This is just a
didn't
kid
have
eating
one?
shit.
Rug burn.
You
No,
used to
because it's
make
like,
them. You just get like a
oh,
tart.
God.
Yeah, a tarp with a hose is pretty much the same thing.
Yes. Exactly.
That's exactly what we
Pandafin says it was
Yeah.
made in 1843. The kazoo.
Holy
Oh, shit.
shit.
Oh, geez.
Wow. Yeah, slip and slides were really cool, but yeah, you just needed some sort of plastic thing and a hose to get it wet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not-
And the key is to not put it where there's any rocks.
Oh yeah, God.
oh, God. Yeah. Oh, that's a core memory. Oh, my God.
slip and bleed from the knees.
Oh.
Yeah.
And we got mini hammocks.
I don't really know how that's a 90s thing. I feel like there's just hammocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it said they were recalled in '96 after 12 kids died in them.
Jesus.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
Giant bean bags. I remember giant bean bags.
Me too.
Oh, that
Totally.
Power wheels are still a thing, though.
that's why I said we
Oh,
could
yeah,
try
just-
another list because this list kind of sucks. Let's
It's
do a better
totally
list.
generic.
Yeah, find
Yeah, I
something
want
else. That's
want
fine.
the
Let's move
deeper
on.
shit.
Uniquely 90s.
Yeah,
Oh.
booger Jenga.
Yes, I do remember.
I do remember this.
Gooey
So
Louie.
the 90s, as we know, was just fascinated with all things gross and over the top.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. For whatever reason.
This is kind of why
Lime.
I was saying like weird childhood shit because our childhood was filled with weird shit like this. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is this? He pulled boogers out of his nose one by one until
Gross.
his brain pops out. Like, why?
That's awesome.
That's fucked up.
Like, that's messed up for a kid to be doing.
Look at this one. They sweat. It's WWF sweating.
That's so odd. That's so odd.
Like, this is
Maximum sweat line. That's strange. That's the Rock on the left. Look at his eyebrow.
It sure is.
Yes.
Jar Jar,
Oh,
Sith Lord. But that's 2000s, so that doesn't count.
do you remember that one though?
Yeah.
No, I don't. Do you?
You don't remember that thing?
I remember
No.
that thing.
I remember it.
You do?
Yeah, the candy wasn't that good, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
I don't know. I don't even know what this is, dude. I've never seen
It's a
this.
lollipop.
And it
Ew.
like, got gross after a little bit, so like
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
his mouth would open up, and it's his tongue.
yeah.
Yeah.
Meats
That's
are gross.
hilarious. I don't know. I would not want to suck on Jar Jar's tongue as a
You know,
fucking lollipop.
Dude, here's the
That is
thing.
gross.
Here's the real truth of the matter, though.
Tongue
We fucking
sucker.
all loved Jar Jar back in the day. Like it wasn't until we got older that we realized he was super cringe. Like I remember laughed at the
Yeah,
fuck out of Jar Jar.
I agree.
When
I
was
agree.
When I was 7 years old, I was all about it.
I
Yeah.
was a little older than that, so.
that was my first Star
Right.
Wars I watched. So like I had good memories with that.
I had
We went
I
to
had
the
fun with
theater
it,
on my buddy's- Yeah.
but it wasn't great. As a movie, I mean, it's a bad movie now, basically. But I still watch
I
it.
still enjoy it, but yeah.
I mean, it's mostly bad.
I agree. But it's got a lot of good quotes. You can put that movie to shit, you know?
all the
Now
Jedi shit's
now
cool.
This is, now this is hot
Bullseye.
raising. My tongue is stomach. Like that's a pretty good Jar Jar quote. You know.
Yeah.
Or there, yeah.
Okay, enough
What is
Jar
this? I
Jar.
don't
This
remember
is
this.
lawn darts, guys. You guys know about lawn darts?
Oh, yeah. Totally.
Yeah. Look at
Yes.
the dent in this man's head.
Yep.
Oh, did
Yeah.
he sue them? Hopefully.
Yeah,
I think
that's why they
got
stopped making
recalled
them.
at some point. Yeah, they stopped making them because people were getting hurt.
yeah,
They're essentially just throwable bow and arrows.
yeah. I mean, they're just literally darts that you throw on your lawn. Like, so they wanted to get people outside to play and stuff, but like obviously they were getting constantly injured, like left and right, which is really bad.
That just
It's a liability.
It makes me uncomfortable to look at that dude's head. Like,
Okay, the rocket. I don't know what this is. Miguel, do you know what this is?
I don't know what that is now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from a Punisher toy, but I don't specifically know.
I think that he let's see. It's hard to imagine designers didn't snicker themselves constantly during production.
Oh, it looks like his penis.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Transformed the lower half of his body into a rocket launcher, but it was his pee-pee.
Ah,
Yeah, it's his dick. Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here's a Barbie.
This is an odd one.
There's a Barbie with the baby
Very
in it.
interesting.
I think, yeah, I remember that.
And came in
I
another
do not remember that Barbie.
This is
It was very weird, very odd.
it's the Happy Family playset with a character named Midge who was sold pregnant with a baby named Nikki. So there you go.
Oh.
How come that wasn't in the Barbie movie? You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we had the Easy Bake Oven.
Oh
Which-
yeah, those
They
are
s-
Nice, easy bake. Yeah.
They definitely still make these, but this isn't weird shit from our childhood, so we're gonna move on. This is more the shit I'm talking about.
Yes, creepy crawlers.
dude. I had this. I totally had this.
You had it?
Is that Midge?
I always wanted that, dude. I never had it as a kid, and I wanted it.
They were gross, but you know, it was fun. Like
Yeah.
they're edible, right? You're supposed to eat them.
Yes.
Right.
That's what I
remember
always
them
thought.
being- I remember them being gross. Yeah, like the actual eating part of it was not actually that fun, but making it was fun.
Here, let's.
They don't mention the movie.
Oh, they do. Oh, nice.
Just Panda Fin, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna watch this commercial really quick. Of the creepy crawlers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The grossest little creatures that you've ever seen. Creepy crawlers. Build a monster mold with the color
Oh my god.
and make a creepy crawler from a yucky monster soup. They're yucky, yucky, squirty,
They always had like
sometimes hairy, squiggly, wiggly, creepy
the
crawlers.
jingles, right? The jingles
Yeah.
are always on point.
I still
they do
remember
do
this
really
jingle. Creepy crawlers.
Yeah, I think it's so interesting. Like glow in the dark things in general, like Goosebumps aesthetic of stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Goosebumps, right?
just like carried through everything.
I'm so creeping and crawling.
Yeah, and it was always like trying to gross out girls.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was our whole mission as young youths in the day.
Ew, you can grind the bugs.
Oh.
That feels over the top.
Yeah, I don't think these are edible either. But
They
that's why.
don't
Sorry, what?
look
That's probably
that
why they
edible.
tasted bad.
Probably shouldn't
You
eat
would
plastic.
know.
These
I
are
like that.
not edible.
Yeah, they're pretty much just like gelatin. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, okay, this thing
Okay,
again, like we were
snack time
saying,
again.
the snack time
Yeah.
one. Secret of the Ooze. See? Everything was ooze.
Oh, dude, yeah. They're obsessed with like boogers and boogers and pimples and like battle toads is what that kind of reminds me of a little bit.
Secret of the
Oh,
Ooze
yeah.
is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Am I wrong?
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
Yes.
This gun is called the Oozinator by Hasbro.
Oh, great.
Oh yeah.
It shot a gooey liquid onto people instead of plain water.
Oh. It was
Oh,
a super
cute.
soaker.
I do remember that. Yeah.
The super soakers were awesome back then.
Oh,
Yes.
dude, yeah. They would
Those are
blast
really
you, dude.
Hell
just
yeah,
feels
they were
like-
awesome.
It just I mean yeah.
We've
It just
lost
feels
some
like-
of that, man.
it
The
feels like
physical
they were
toy
really-
stuff.
Yeah.
Look at this one.
Wow, this is awesome.
Mel has a
Wow.
penis.
Oh, this is
Dude.
yeah, you have to figure they realize what they're doing in this situation.
Yeah.
I'm sure they didn't care.
No.
I mean, that goes back to the Disney
Yeah.
Little Mermaid cover for the VHS tape.
Dude, literally, this is what the caption says. That's why people notice things like inappropriate images on the old cover for The Little Mermaid, or say they see and hear secret messages in scenes of The Lion King and Aladdin, because they're perverts.
It's definitely in The Lion King
Why would they put the straw there?
before they edited
Exactly.
So-
You can
Who checked
sip on
this?
it. So you can sip on it.
checked this?
You got to sip on it, dude.
it. Everybody was
Yeah.
a pervert there.
Yeah,
They still are.
big time. I don't know what this is,
I've never seen
them.
those.
but apparently
well,
they would
I
explode.
Oh,
Oh, I remember baby bottle pops being a thing.
I remember Baby Bottle.
Oh, I
Baby
do
Bottle
remember
Pop.
baby bottle pops,
Baby bottle.
I think those are still a thing, actually.
rubber baby buggy
They are.
bumpers.
Yeah.
And then, do you remember those wax? They were made out of wax, and they were filled with like Kool-Aid or something.
What
And
were they?
I just remember you.
Uh,
They were little snacks. They were like.
Oh, you're
they were
talking about the
like-
bottles?
Yeah, they were
Wax
like made
bottles?
out- they were made out of
Yes.
wax. They had like some sort of Kool-Aid rip-off inside of them, and you had to bite the top
Oh.
off.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
no,
I know
they-
what you're talking about.
Ain't like Kool-Aid.
They do
I
still
know what
make
you're talking
these.
about.
They do still make
Liquid
these
jammers.
right here.
No, not those.
wait.
No, this is wax. These are
He's
wax.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are wax. There's the liquid inside.
He's talking
that
about
clear,
the ones
right?
where it's like it was a juice box almost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it
exactly.
came in like a plastic thing.
Oh, the
Very
bottle,
similar.
the barrel one,
No, not the
juice
barrel.
barrel. I don't know what you're talking
No.
about. You're gonna have to
No, it's
send me a
like
link.
Let me look for it.
Yeah.
Because the only thing I know is the ones that were like wax, and you'd bite off the wax top, and you'd suck out the juice in the inside.
Yeah, I know those ones. Too.
And then there was these too, the barrel juice. These fucking things.
yes, the hugs.
Remember
or
these?
whatever,
Yeah, dude.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, those.
These things.
Yep.
overly sweet drinks.
They still sell them
Yeah, I'm
in.
gonna
Oh,
text it to you,
nice.
Jacob.
They still sell them here. Cool. Miguel, send it through Discord.
Okay, give me a second.
Yeah. And I'll pull those up in a sec. We'll look at the next thing. Look at this Batman squirt gun.
I actually remember this. I had, no, I didn't have Batman. I had
Unfortunate.
maybe Joker, but it was the
Kool-Aid
same thing,
jammers.
where it was like, yeah,
Kool-Aid
it was
Jammers. Yes, exactly.
Is that what they're called?
That's
Yeah.
what they were called.
fantastic.
Just let me know where you
Thank
sent
you.
it.
Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that.
What else? Oh yeah, Mr. Bucket. Put your balls in his mouth.
Yeah.
That's how the song went.
I remember
What are
the
these
first-
designers? They're all like perverts.
Again, it was just an anthropomorphic time.
Oh yeah, I remember these. They had like the key thing on top.
You remember that movie with the toaster? Toaster goes.
The Brave Little
The Brave
Toaster.
Little Toaster.
Very little
Toaster.
toaster, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I
classic.
do remember these Kool-Aid bursts. They were pretty awesome, and you can still buy
The
them.
sequel goes into space, if I'm not mistaken.
You're telling me I can
yeah.
pay $7.40 and have 12 of those right now? Fucking
Yeah,
A.
they still make them.
Nice. So yeah, Mr. Bucket. Apparently, like you'd have to, the balls would pop out, and then you'd have to like put them in his mouth or something. So it was a really weird commercial.
I do remember that one, and I think I had Mr. Bucket.
Mr.
Very
Bucket,
possible.
put your balls in his mouth.
You guys remember ants in my pants? That was a game. I
Oh
played
yeah,
years
ants in the
Yep.
pants.
Yeah.
I remember that game too. They make fun
What
of
is
it on
that
South Park.
Games,
Balzac. What's
Rat
happening
Trap?
here?
Balls.
You can smack it, you can whack it. Balzac.
Yeah, the balloon balls. I remember the balloon balls.
Is there a commercial for this?
It would
I mean,
soak it,
Yeah.
and you would throw it at people.
I do remember
let's
that.
watch this commercial.
Oh my god, I can't remember. I can't believe people got away with this.
Right? How did they get away with this? Like you emptied your balls back on people.
This is incredible.
And they hurt too. They were dense, man.
I do remember like playing volleyball with one. or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Turn up the fun with the Balzac.
That's crazy. They just don't even hide it behind anything. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
god.
Play with the
Oh
Balzac,
my
dude.
God. Dude.
We got this Mickey Mouse microphone, I guess.
What?
It was a
Yeah.
different time. People were more
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're-
the people are like, oh, that's just a weird looking toy thing. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it was definitely
Oh
a
my
penis.
goodness.
Oh yeah, here we go. It's the dog, the dog that would have puppies. You know what I'm saying? So like
Doesn't ring a bell.
you would get the dog. I mean, it was for girls typically. So you'd get the dog, and it would have puppies in it, and so then you would just pull out the puppies. And I think the number of puppies was different sometimes. I don't know. This is more of a girl toy, but
Yeah.
it's definitely weird. Yes,
Oh, no.
toy company execs decided to make a toy that bravely defied laws of nature. Okay. Oh, dude, the Wolverine hammer. I remember this shit.
Well,
Remember-
Well,
Apple
you
plates
filled
for
it
that
up in
hole.
his again.
You'd have to blow on his pee-pee.
Well, that's
What is going on with the
There's
90s?
There's
get
no
away with
way.
these things.
I know.
No fucking way. That was.
This
not
is
done.
pretty fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up.
What?
The
The
care
care
and
and
keeping
keeping of Barbie. Grow up Skipper doll.
Tall,
Oh.
curvy teenager.
This is some creepy shit.
That is
Gamer.com. And here we go.
Definitely.
The slap bracelet.
Slap the wrist. Yep.
Now who
Those- I remember. I forget what it was, but I was working for a company in San Francisco that instead of, I don't know why they thought this was a good idea. Instead of like, we were going to like a convention, and instead of getting business cards, they made slap bracelets. And so they were like telling everyone to go around and like slap a bracelet on people. I'm like, that feels like a breach of personal space.
Right?
You're like, here you go.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like potentially there's something wrong there, but yeah.
Problematic. But these were cool. We all had these, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Apparently they're outlawed at certain schools because like
Because I
Like-
can get why, yeah.
well, there's metal in them, so like if the coating came off, you can get cut or something. But I'm like, that's stupid. Those were cool. Another one.
What the fuck?
What is with all these perverted toys. Let's move on. Oh, boy. Rad repeating Tarzan. It looks like he's jerking off. Moving on.
Sure does.
Excellent.
We saw the moon shoes.
The moon shoes.
What is this?
It seems like that would have to come out later. CSI.
Yeah, this is a
little later.
2000s thing. We're gonna skip that. Oh, these is another girl toy. Apparently, these sky dancers, you would like
Yes,
spin them
I
and
do
they'd
remember
shoot
that.
off.
I
They had
remember
a
They
bunch of different
fly.
types of those things.
Yeah.
So
I don't
it'd be
know.
like a spinner, and you pull the little thing, and it flies off. Like
Pandafin in chat asks, "Do you know what UFOs are? Unbelievably fun objects. Is that a thing? Should I Google that?
Yeah, check it out.
Is that really a toy? Or are you just fucking with us? I got this toy.
No. Does it-
That toy's cool.
Those ones, yeah.
Are they the spinning ones that fly up?
I don't know, man.
I don't know what that is, but it looked cool. But these fairy things, guaranteed to lose them. Well, I had that Tarzan, I think, or maybe not.
I had one that the tattoos disappear when wet. That's interesting.
That's interesting. Here we go. This is another. Here's one I always remember.
Yep.
Sock 'em boppers, sock 'em boppers.
I don't know about you guys, but that just like it pretty much was just like, oh, this is gonna be fun. We're allowed to hit each other, and then
Yeah.
it quickly just turns into an actual fist fight.
Yeah.
Because he's like, no, that still really hurt, dude. Like, chill out.
For real.
They didn't mask much. They still effing hurt.
It
to be
was just
hit.
like putting on boxing gloves. You're like, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they're just tricking
Yeah.
kids like, hey, punch your siblings.
Yeah, pretty much.
Good luck, parents.
You gotta keep them busy.
yep.
Keep them from only playing video games.
Yeah, like, hey, we don't care. Actual violence is better than that video game violence.
Beating the shit out of each other with sock 'em boppers. Okay, this one's a newer one too.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh, what the?
E.T. finger light. It looks
I
like a
do.
penis.
I do think I remember that.
Clearly a dick. Let's see what else we got. You guys remember these things?
Oh, shit.
The muscle guys?
Oh yeah, you remember the little army dudes too? They had those.
Oh, the army men? Yeah, those are
Yeah.
timeless.
Those
I'm
are
sure they
timeless.
still make them. But these were like super weird. I know there's a reason why these exist. Like, they used to be a Japanese toy that they're supposed to paint or something. Like sumo guys or some shit. I can't remember what it was. But they essentially just like made them flesh colored and printed them and sent them to America. And
Nice.
that's why we have these weird muscle men that are like different. Like,
I remember. Yeah.
I don't even know. They're
Oh,
like
yeah.
wrestlers.
They're pretty cool looking, actually.
They're pretty
kinda like
sweet.
Jacob, could you bring up? I don't know if you guys remember Mighty Max. I was a big
Oh,
fan
yeah.
of Mighty Max.
I had Mighty
And-
Max.
And Mighty Max, like the sets were really cool, where they opened all up and they had like these little worlds. You know, it was pretty
Mhm.
Oh
sweet.
yeah. Oh my god.
They're-
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. I did pull this up earlier, but I can't remember. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I found an eBay listing earlier, so I'm pulling that up
Nice.
now. But here we go.
There
Was it
you
Micro
go.
Machines?
Yeah, I was gonna
you
say
remember
Micro Machines.
Oh, Micro Machines were
Similar-
sick too.
Similar vibe, but yeah, I remember having this exact set, and I don't
It
remember
was
what,
so cool.
what the bad guy's name was, but they were cool.
There was a whole cartoon that went with it too.
No, I do remember, but I mostly played with the toys. I don't think I really. Oh yeah, I definitely. Have.
Dude,
Oh,
1000%.
those are so
I
cool.
had this guy.
Me too.
I absolutely had this guy. Look at the interior. Does that bring back memories?
It's kind of, yeah. It's kind of like it's supposed to be kind of like Indiana Jonesy. This one I remember.
Yeah, all the snakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it would
those
come
are
with
so
like a tiny little Mighty Max guy and like some
I still
enemies.
I have a bunch of the mini figurines in this little like container that from my childhood. Pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, man. I remember all this stuff too.
There was a girl. There was like a girl analog
Yeah.
for these.
Well, the original one of these was the girl version, and it was Polly Pocket, which I
Polly
also
Pocket.
have.
Yeah.
Polly Pocket.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
wanted
pull that
to
up.
say it, but I didn't want to sound like an idiot. So there you go.
Yeah,
And it
so
was like a big thing, and it would open up, and there was like.
oh, this
bunch
is
of
the
little
OG.
things, right?
This is the OG
good.
Polly Pocket right here. This the star looking one. But yeah,
Shout
it
out to
was
Polly Pocket in the chat.
Polly Pocket. Absolutely, yeah. It was like the interior. Think of like a Barbie house, but like miniature, and you'd have like little
There's like a
people to
physical
play with.
mall. Oh,
There's a whole bunch of them.
And I
Yeah.
would say
House.
Tamagotchi was another big one for me.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yep, absolutely.
I pulled that up as well. Let me find it.
Just 'cause, like,
let's
I
see.
just remember those being,
There we go.
I don't know, like I actually cared about the thing in that.
Yeah,
And
for
when
sure.
when it died, I was so upset as a kid.
So on Amazon, they're selling originals for $30 only, which is
whoa.
pretty wild. I found
Very
this.
interesting.
Yeah, and look, they have like almost every iteration, and they're all the 90s versions. But Tamagotchis are really cool. If you don't know what a Tamagotchi is, it was like a little pet that you have to take care of, and then it could die. Forget to
They
feed
had
it.
one that was a dinosaur too. It was like
It was
you get
the
different
original
dinosaur
Pokemon.
eggs.
Well, technically, but then Digimon is probably closer to the original
Yeah.
Pokemon because those are ones you could battle and stuff, and those were sick too. I remember riding my bike to a Walmart with my friends one day to buy, so we could all buy Digimon, and we kept battling, and I ended up with the
Yeah.
Slug, which is the worst one.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, that one's super cool. Let's see what else I got in here. I just have like a lot of shit.
Totally.
Oh, what about this? You guys remember the sword?
I do remember this.
I saw
yeah.
I saw a picture of this sword, and I was like, "Oh my god, I remember that
It's
sword."
So funny. Just everyone just had it at their house. Like, you know what I mean? It would just be in the corner somewhere.
Everyone had this plastic sword, right? It came with the
100%.
scabbard, the gold scabbard, and the gray looking sword. I thought that was cool.
And it would
I
split
remember-
in half, like down the center of it.
Yeah.
Used that
Oh,
as
here's
a
that.
prop in a school play that I was in once. I was Saint George. You know, remember the story Saint George and the Dragon? I played Saint George in said play, and I remember that was my prop, that sword right there.
Oh,
Wow,
Crossfire.
that's awesome. You guys remember Crossfire?
Yes,
I
I
do.
remember Crossfire. Come on.
Look at this commercial. It's so good, dude.
It's tight. You just shoot marbles at like a thing in the middle. I always wanted it, but I never got it.
I never owned it.
got it
no.
I never had Crossfire either.
Crossfire.
Crossfire.
You know what's crazy is that I remember a lot of these like commercials were oftentimes like done by like the jingles were done by like relatively famous people. Like Dio did one. I don't remember if it was that one, but like, you know, like there's some like relatively famous bands that like did jingles for these people.
Dude, that's insane. I didn't know that. I have to
Yeah,
look
there's a
more to
big
that.
scene for jingles for bands to do that.
I'm sure they got like a lot of royalties.
What about
Yeah.
Beanie Babies? These are the
Oh,
teeny
yes.
ones from
I
McDonald's.
got so many goddamn Beanie Babies, dude. It was so stupid.
Miguel, did you fuck with Beanie Babies?
I did not.
Did your mom?
I wanted to.
There was people who bought those and planning to retire on them, and
Right?
Yeah.
so fucking stupid, dude.
Oh my
still
god!
have
Remember
a-
that whole thing?
I'll never
still
forget.
have I have Princess Diana in my bathroom right now.
You guys
did you,
remember?
Here's some
Go ahead.
eBay listings because we can go through really
$1
quick.
million.
$1 million for the original.
No one's gonna fucking buy that.
Who
No.
would buy
Buying
it?
that, right?
Who the
Yeah,
fuck would buy that?
No one's gonna buy.
These
that.
are the Princess Diana ones right here. These purple ones.
I have that in my bathroom currently.
Well,
It's
worth
not
$1 million.
worth. It's
There you
not
go,
worth
worth
$1
$1
million.
million.
People are just
It's
trying
a
to sell
millionaire,
it.
Everybody.
It's not.
Look-
In order for it to be $1 million, and even then, that's high.
Can you fucking believe that they're also charging shipping on top of that? I'm
Hell
like,
yes.
what the fuck?
You're like, fuck! I only had exactly $1 million.
It's $1 million. You have to insure that shit.
I mean, you know, they were cute. You know, like, Cherry in the chat says she collected the cats, which is cool. You know, but like, this is ridiculous.
No, I never
Collected the
did Beanie
bears.
Babies. I
Insane.
mean, obviously, pops are just Beanie Babies for nerds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's so weird because I don't know why I like them so much. I just like the act of collecting them. We used to like go around it, like whenever we'd visit a town, we'd like go see what Beanie Babies they had at their little like mom and pop drugstore. It's so weird where they would sell Beanie Babies. They would sell them at like pharmacies and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like it was super.
You're in
odd.
random places, man.
Yeah, I don't
Yep.
know, man.
That's awesome. I also have this one. You guys remember this shit?
Oh, I remember that one.
Oh,
The
that's
tennis
absolutely.
balls, yeah.
The ball with the weird mitt catcher thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has Velcro.
Those were pretty cool.
The Velcro would last for like 3 weeks, and then
Yeah,
they
it would just crap out, dude.
Just
Yeah.
Every time.
be ripped up or like covered in dirt or something.
I kind of
Yeah.
can't believe you can still get all these. That's pretty wild.
The Furby. Did
Uh,
did
Oh,
Pogs?
Furbies. Yeah, I didn't pull
and
that up at all.
Pogs.
Pogs
Yeah.
is definitely a thing.
Fucking Pogs were so 90s.
Yeah, dude, Pogs are so great.
Excellent. I'm
Uh,
glad to hear, Sherry, I'm glad to hear these things are still relevant in some sense.
well, here, check it out. Furbies are still being made today, but obviously they're more intricate now. But really interesting thing about Furbies is they were completely mechanical, and people thought they would actually like learn and stuff, but like what they said and how they talked was all governed by essentially like think about like how watches are made with like actual pieces that rotate around and whatever. It was just set up like a timer for them to activate more of their words they could say and stuff like that. That's
Right.
what's so interesting about Furbies, just how mechanical they were. And everyone thought like they were alive, like like they would, really care for them. They'd be like, "Oh, they're alive."
I remember everyone thought that China was spying on us. There was this weird experiment done where these Furbies were given to like a grade school class, like a young grade school class, and told them that they had to like care for their Furby. And like one group of kids cared for their Furby really well, and the other one like ripped its skin off, and then they called the skin of the Furby like the ghost of the Furby, and an
Oh,
actual
God.
innards was like a demon, and then it just became this weird like Lord of the Flies scenario. I remember reading this whole thing about it. It was pretty wild.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need a toy that's fingers are finger licking good. A toy that toys with you. Put two Furbies together and they interact or act up.
Oh, I remember these. Yeah.
CNN, let's go.
Old school,
Undercover Gremlins.
old school
Yeah,
stuff.
Furbies are interesting for sure. So it's interesting nowadays. You get these like the true version of what people were scared of back then. Like they're working on like AI companion toys where like it will actually like learn and play games with you and that kind of stuff. I remember the artist Grimes was advertising them.
Oh wow,
Mm-hmm.
that's insane.
Or maybe she's invested or something. I remember
Oh,
she's
yeah,
talking
I'm-
about it on our.
I'm sure
I
she-
wouldn't be surprised if she was invested just because of Elon Musk.
Yeah, I was gonna say Elon
Yeah.
probably is to blame. Mr. Hawks in chat said, "My friend and I sing the Crossfire theme song randomly. One will start it and the other just joins in." But hey, but you're also like background for Mr. Hawks. He's really into soccer, so like he's already doing like the songs where they sing at the games. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's an extension of that. Someone starts a song, he has to join in, and they have to finish the whole thing. Makes sense to me. Here's a Pog commercial. Oh, with sound.
Interesting. I don't really remember this commercial, but I remember Pog so well. I don't remember that. I don't really remember that little like
Pogman.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember
I don't
Pogman
remember-
either.
I don't remember them having a mascot. But
You don't remember Pogman? I don't remember
No.
Pogman either. But if you don't know what Pogs are, they were little cardboard milk caps that they put art on, and you'd hit them with metal stuff, like essentially big coins. And if you flip the Pog over, you get to keep it. So it was basically gambling for children.
it was.
Oh,
But
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
it was somewhere between quarters and gambling.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, straight up. Let's.
Hit Flips.
Jacks. Yeah, slammers. I do remember that.
Someone was talking about this game, so I pulled up the image of it, or at least the board game Keep version.
Thin Ice. Let's go.
Thin Ice.
hmm So what made this game interesting to me is that you had to use like just normal paper towels to be able to play it. Like it didn't come with the thin ice thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you just use like household paper towels. That's what the top part is.
See, I remember a different version of this in which you put these little blocks into like a square frame, and then you would have to take a hammer.
Yeah, you're thinking of a
And,
different
Break
game.
the ice.
Break the ice.
Don't break the ice.
Sorry.
Remember
There
mouse,
it is.
Mousetrap?
Yeah, Mousetrap.
Sorry.
Mousetrap
There
was
we are.
sick. Yeah, it's this game.
Don't break this.
Yeah,
There
don't
you
break the
go.
ice.
That's what I remember. Which is now essentially like a Fall Guys game. If we
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can sort of see in the image here, essentially the ice is all held up. So the more of the ice that's gone, the more of a chance the middle will drop out. And if the guy falls, you lose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fun game. But yeah,
Excellent.
what was it? What did you guys say? Mousetrap?
Yeah, Mousetrap.
They still
Mousetrap.
make that. And that was my favorite
I
game.
think that's a pretty old game.
Not a real Mousetrap.
Yeah.
We used to
was another
definitely take,
one.
we used to definitely take mousetraps and put each other's again in a while. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean, the Rube Goldberg machines were big in the 90s, so this
Right.
game made a lot of sense to exist back
What
then.
was the one where you pulled the little plastic things out, like around? It was like
Oh, yeah.
a tower
What?
kind of thing. Oh, what the hell is that?
What's it called?
I don't know. I'm trying to remember
Kerplunk.
what it's called. I can't.
I do think it was Kerplunk.
It is Kerplunk.
It is Kerplunk. Yeah, you're right.
God,
Also
why is
Green
it?
Day's first album.
Oh,
That's
funny.
maybe their second album. Either way.
it's this one right here. See, so you would, yeah, you would take turns pulling out these sticks, but you also have to rotate it so it moves the marbles around. And then you have like a little spot in front of you, so like whoever had the most marbles loses or something like that.
That game
It was
is
something
still
like
fun
that.
to play.
Yeah, pretty cool game. A lot of cool games back then. What else do we have? Any other things you guys can think of, toy wise?
Oh, well, let me think. Yeah,
I mean, other than the actual like Power Rangers Megazords, those were like the go in my opinion.
and Transformers, man, Transformers. Like that was big for me, but that wasn't like unique to the 90s, I guess. But
Yeah, it's more of an 80s
Oh.
thing, but it was cool as
There's
fuck.
another thing that came up. This came up the other day in conversation. Do you remember soaps? They were shoes that
Yep.
had like a slick thing in the middle, so you could grind on benches with them. And that brings me back.
I know what
Those
you're
shoes.
talking about. Yeah.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Look up soaps; those are a thing for sure.
Mr. Bucket was addressed to Mr. Hawks.
Yeah, we definitely brought that in. Soap shoes? I don't know. This is kind of
Yeah,
harder
soap-
to find.
So
Grind
soaps.
shoes? I'm typing in
grind
soaps.
shoes, essentially.
I'm typing in soaps
Soap
and there's
shoes,
nothing.
90s.
It's kind of hard
Let
to
me
find
see
that.
if
So
let me
if you
see
can
I
find
find
it,
I'll
send
see if I
it.
can-
But they're calling them grind shoes, and they're not from the 90s. Let's see. Soap shoes 90s. Here we go. I got this one. Hopefully this works. That was a Megazord, by the way.
What
Yeah,
was
there you go.
Beast Wars?
Yeah, Beast
90s
Wars was
only?
cool.
Yeah, Beast Wars was. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get into cartoons and stuff because I have those lists of that as well.
So soaps were essentially that middle section right there was like this slick, it was made of like urethane of some kind, and it essentially would like you could grind on like the edge of benches and stuff with them. They mostly caused a lot of injuries, but they were great.
Hmm.
Yeah,
that
they'd be uncomfortable.
makes a lot of
Anakin
sense.
said they made Heelys eventually, which makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
And Heelys were better, technically. But here's a trailer for Beast Wars Transformers.
God,
This shit was cool.
Looks like Halo 1. Come on, let's go.
It looks worse than Halo 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks way worse.
To be
than
honest.
Halo 1.
It was always between this show and fucking Reboot for
Reboot.
like the best CG cartoons out there.
Oh man.
I mean,
Reboot
this
was
is
pretty
kind
bad,
of
too.
I love that.
best for the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was dope back during the time, for sure.
I'm saying even now it looks pretty impressive considering when it came out. Is all I'm saying.
No,
The
I
toys were
totally
so
agree.
much cooler, though. The toys were so much cooler. Like
Here's the intro.
having, like Scorponok and Cheetor and
Yeah.
friggin-
I love Cheetor. He's the best.
yeah, dude.
Do they?
This
they
is
are
Reboot.
Transformers, though, right? Like you
They
know
are.
what I mean?
Yep. Straight
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Because they had like robot man forms as well as. Look at this.
God, I haven't thought of this in so long.
Reboot.
Jeez.
Good shit, man. Yeah, when we were kids, shit was different, man. Shit was weird.
Man, I forgot about her. She was so weird.
Everything was weird and creepy and wrong back then.
You're right. It was.
It just all felt strange.
It's starting to make a lot of sense why I am the way I am.
Yeah. So, the beginning of the digital age, like we're just like beginning to be able to experiment with this technology.
Mhm.
Oh man,
Here's some 90s
Yeah,
cartoons.
it was messed up.
Cartoons were dope.
It was. Yeah.
That show was fucked up.
It really was.
They're, like,
Butt Ugly
a lot of these
Martians?
shows are fucked up.
Oh,
Butt
I've
Ugly
never heard of
Martians.
Butt Ugly Martians.
What
so-
do you remember Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
I
Yeah.
do. It's on one of these lists. So let's flip through this really quick and see if it's on here. All Real Monsters was dope. Still
Love
feeding
All
into the
Real
gross, right? Everything was gross back then.
Yeah, it was freaky. They lived like in the sewers underneath the ground.
Oops. Sorry.
Cartoon always made me uncomfortable as a kid.
It makes sense.
I don't know
Modern
why.
Life.
Rocko's Modern Life also made me feel uncomfortable.
I watched a crap ton of that.
What was that, Gage?
Oh, I mean, Rocko's Modern Life and All Real Monsters were made to make you feel uncomfortable for sure. That was, like,
Yeah. I think this is why I like weird, creepy shit, is because I grew up with it.
it's all cob shit. Yeah, totally.
Johnny Bravo. That's a good, a womanizer who we all liked for some reason.
Right, we didn't see.
Thornberries is a little more new, so I'm gonna kind of skip past that. I don't know what Roly Poly is. See these.
Oh, I associate,
come on.
I associate Thornberries with totally that whole time.
I do,
period.
dude. I do.
Yeah.
too.
You do?
I was a Nickelodeon kid. Yeah.
Oh,
I
absolutely, dude.
I didn't watch that shit, so I don't know. Cool.
It's fantastic. So the
remember-
little girl can talk to animals.
Yeah.
Jacob, I just sent you a link in the Discord in a DM.
Imagine my
something-
face.
Oh,
when
in a
we saw
DM?
Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta
You want
find
in
it
the
now.
chat? I can do that.
No,
I'll
don't,
do it in the chat.
don't.
Too late.
He already sent it.
I
We're
did.
good.
This
Don't
is the
send
thing
me
that scarred
something
me
twice.
As a child.
All right, here we go.
It scarred me as a child.
What
So,
the
there was
fuck?
a show called
Whoa.
Ghost Rider, and they had it
hell?
was a 3-episode special in which this slime monster attacked the city, and to this day this thing scarred me. I was like probably 6-7 years old when I
Look
watched
at
it.
it.
and
I love
I
this
was
guy.
So fucking terrified. Oh my god. He would come up through your sewer and he could like formulate anywhere where like liquid could go. So it was fucking terrifying.
It
so
was
scared.
bad.
Mr. Hawks asks, were you Disney kids or Nickelodeon kids? I was Disney and Nickelodeon first, and then Cartoon Network only. So I checked out of Nickelodeon in 97 or something like that. And I was like just Cartoon Network. That's kind of why I don't know the
Nickelodeon
later
Cartoon
stuff.
Network.
I
Yeah.
remember Ghost Rider.
The Ghost Rider was
I don't
cool.
remember that episode though.
This guy's fucked up, and I love him.
Yeah, now I like him a lot. But
As a kid, it was freaky.
Animaniacs. That was good.
Classic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Batman
Still,
the animated series.
oh, the
They had a
best.
reboot.
That was the best.
Oh, Pepper Ann too.
Pepper
Yes,
Ann.
Pepper Ann, I remember.
It's another
And
thing I
Recess.
don't know.
I never watched them.
Yeah, Recess.
I definitely
Angry Beavers. This was my shit.
Angry Beavers, I did
watched.
like.
Dang.
I did like
It was
that.
fun.
Bobby's World. Now we're talking. Now we're
What?
talking.
I've
I
never,
think I remember
Life with
that.
Louie.
never heard of it.
What? Let me go.
Life with Louie.
Oh, and Life with
Louis
Louie was
Anderson.
really good too.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
We got Cat Dog. That was another good
I
one.
hated
Cat
Cat
Dog.
Dog.
Hello
You
there.
hated Cat
Hello,
Dog?
Yeah, I would literally be so bummed because remember Cat Dog was on at the same time that what was that? There was something on Cartoon Network I really didn't like also, and they would play at the same time. I'd be like, "Fuck, well, I just can't watch TV for the next half hour."
That was the thing. If you didn't like what was on TV, you couldn't just pull up something else. You had TV.
Exactly.
Okay,
Different
yeah,
time.
it is true. You couldn't binge things back then unless you actually recorded it on a VHS.
Yep. Yeah. And then you had to be worried that you're recording over something else too if it was just one line around. Yeah.
Okay,
Or if there was a marathon. Sometimes they would do marathons, you know?
Yes.
That was
and
always
TiVo
the best.
was this crazy shit when it came out. Yeah.
TiVo was crazy when it came out. That is 100% true. Because we were using VCRs back then.
Yeah.
Here's a list of weird shit. Let's see if we know any of these. Stunt dogs.
Maybe.
No.
I don't know.
One
I don't remember
season.
that.
Brothers Grunt.
No.
No idea.
Okay.
That's,
Fish Police.
Nope.
yes. I do remember.
You do? You know Fish Police?
It
A
was,
lot of these we won't know.
Very weird.
Because they're weird ass shows. Let's keep moving on. Mega Babies.
Yeah.
No
I remember
idea.
Mega Babies.
I don't know Mega Babies.
They look familiar, but I don't remember what any.
Dark
Oh,
Stalker?
Dark
What?
Stalker's the cartoon.
Wow. Let's go. I might have to go back and watch that.
I know, same.
Didn't even know.
Morgan? Show me Morgan. Dumb and Dumber, the show.
No, I didn't even
What?
know that was a thing.
That's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
These are deep cuts, obviously. Okay, the Wacky
Tex
World of
Avery.
Tex
remember
Avery. I
Tex
do remember.
Avery, Yeah.
Yeah.
He was kind of just a Yosemite Sam ripoff, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. More
Probably.
dorky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skeleton Warriors. One season.
Oh,
Wow.
Maybe I
That's gotta
remember
be
this.
that's gotta be a Hanna-Barbera kind of thing, you know.
Yeah.
It was from Marvel Comics and a
Whoa.
video game on Sega Saturn and PlayStation.
Let's go.
Captain Simeon and the Space Monkeys
Yes.
sounds familiar
I
to me.
remember that.
Yeah, me too.
I remember this guy, the big guy, for some reason.
Yeah.
And this guy, the baboon-looking dude. Road Rovers.
That ape kind of just looks like the ape in Overwatch.
Yep.
He does. Maybe that's why it looks
Winston.
familiar.
Winston. There you go.
Road Rovers, I don't know.
I probably saw it once or twice. I do remember it.
Okay, New Kids on the Block, the cartoon.
Didn't know it was a thing.
I think they were solving crimes.
That's hilarious.
They get into various antics alongside their real world manager. King Arthur and the Knights of Justice. That looks
I
like
remember
cheap.
that.
Looks cheap as hell. Okay, here we go. The reason why I found this Samurai Pizza Cats. Do you guys remember this shit?
Yep.
No, but it looks cool.
I watched
that's
the
cool.
fuck out of this show.
Yeah, that was a good show.
The show is
Looks
dope.
like wannabe Mega Man, but it's cool.
And then there was a lot of weird licensed stuff. They had Little Shop of Horrors cartoon,
Yeah.
which is cool. Bucky O'Hare, and this was like a weird platformer on PC that had cartoon, apparently. Mortal Kombat, Defenders of the Realm. Look at that.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Remember this shit? Toxic Crusaders. I mean, we all have to know this. You know, what's it called?
Does the upcoming John Carpenter video game have anything to do with this? That's wild.
No, it's what's it called?
What's a commando, right?
What's the name of that?
Commando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Sorry,
it's
I
not
thought-
that. Yogi Bear stuff. Here we go, Steven.
Oh my god.
There it is. This is why I pulled this list because it has like everything.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, this was such a good cartoon. I remember watching it like the shit out of it.
I remember the bad tomatoes being like sort of analogous for communism. If I remember
I
correctly.
think maybe, yeah.
I agree. It's kind of funny looking back upon it. Ghostbusters, Street Sharks.
Yep, I remember.
Come on.
Isn't there some kind of Mandela effect with Street Sharks? I don't remember exactly what that is, but
No, they're real. They had
no, but there was something about them that was like a Mandela effect that I can't remember what it is right now, but that's fine.
I'm not exactly sure, but they had some rad toys. I'll say that much.
Absolutely.
And that's pretty much the list of that one. Here's some shows, and I brought this up because do you guys remember this show? Adventures of Briscoe County Jr.
Yep.
Oh man, I'm so
No.
glad. I'm so glad you remember this, Miguel, because I feel like I'm the
That
only
has
person.
Bruce Campbell in it.
Yeah, he was a cowboy. He was doing
was a
cowboy
cowboy.
shit, and it was on Fox.
Yep.
I used to watch this at my grandpa's house, and I was like, "Yeah, I love that show," and it was just one season. Gone and dead. And here's some other ones. I don't know if you guys know about these. VR5.
That's
Oh my
Giles from
God.
Buffy.
Really?
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, he's the librarian in Buffy who helps him out.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that's right. Oh my
That's
god.
just a young version of him. Look at him; he's looking dapper.
looking
Deep
great.
cut.
Maximum Bob. I don't know. I've never heard of this.
Nope. Never heard of that one.
Just some weird shit. This is weird shit.
Some weird shit. Weird shit.
Nowhere Man. No. The Single Guy. It's another
Yeah, I
canceled
think
show.
Maybe my parents would have been watching this.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Bakersfield PD.
There's one in particular I want to show you guys. Cop Rock. Do you guys know what Cop
Cop
Rock
Rock.
is?
Yeah, I remember
I-
Cop Rock.
Yeah, I know what Cop Rock is.
It's a procedural cop drama musical.
Yep. And if you haven't seen
you go.
any of the videos, you need to watch them because they're fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's incredible, dude. We'll put
It's really good.
I'll put a link in the description.
Yeah,
So you
Cop
guys can
Rock
watch
is a
it.
must watch. Just
Yeah.
for like 5 minutes.
Excellent
Yeah.
stuff. And then I pulled up some like weird movies as well, which we don't really have to get into too much, but you guys remember having any strange VHSs that you used to watch all the time?
Well, I mean, I wouldn't. So it wasn't strange, but Ninja Turtles was like my one that I watched all the time.
Oh yeah. That was the best. Which one?
It was just the first one.
The first one?
Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Because I think the first one holds up to this day, but you try
It does.
watching that second one,
No,
it is
I don't think it
rough.
was as well.
it is rough, dude.
Yeah. Oh, Casper, I watched all the
finding-
time.
God, Fern Gully. I love Fern Gully.
Yeah,
So-
Ferngully.
So this list is
Right.
straight to VHS.
I do
Nice.
remember finding a copy of Clockwork Orange when I was a kid
Oh, my
Oh
goodness.
shit.
Yeah.
and watching that, and I
What
was
a
like, "What the
movie.
fuck?"
This is why you're so
What
fucked
a
up.
movie to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, so this just has some straight to VHS stuff. So Fern Gully,
Oh, God.
we
Yeah.
all I mean
Classic.
I was
The
rewatching
second
this the other day.
Ferngully.
What?
Wait.
The
Was Ferngully
second
only.
The last
There's only one.
rainforest it must be
It must be. Yeah.
That's the only one. There's just one.
interesting.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Are you
That's
sure?
yeah, it's called Fern Gully the Last Rainforest. That's the
This
name
is
of the
one
movie.
of those weird like Disney sequels that did straight to VHS, right?
No, it's just the movie was just a straight to VHS movie.
Wow,
Straight up.
wow.
It never had a theatrical release or anything. But it's
Oh,
really
that's
good.
nice.
It's got Tim Curry, Robin Williams, Christian Slater.
Yeah.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's
Williams the
you
Bat.
know, it's they just remade this. Like, didn't it come out last year? Avatar: The Way of Water, I think it's called.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so
Dude,
got it.
Cherry in the chat says Rock-a-Doodle.
Rock Doodle.
Fuck yeah, man.
Doodle.
It's another good one. Oh, here you go. Brave Little Toaster
Brave
Goes to
Little
Mars.
Toaster.
Goes to Mars. Yeah, that was the one.
There you
Goes
go.
to Mars.
So it looks like there's a bunch of those. What else we got here?
Just hold on to.
Oh my god.
Some really
Don't even
bad.
bother with the Steve Skull movies. Just keep going.
Right?
Just fucking
Oh, there's
keep
some
going, dude.
bad ones in here, dude.
Oh,
Pocket Ninjas? What the fuck?
What's Bimbo's British Columbia? That's
oh
awesome.
my god.
A story set in a post-apocalyptic time about an all-female pack of warriors who fight against villain Tim Curry and his zombie batch. We're gonna have to
Also, there
check
is
that
a-
out.
Oh,
too.
it's based on a comic book.
Oh, that's incredible. Yeah, there's a lot of
And it
stuff
has
in
Tim
here.
Curry.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, what I'm trying to convey here with all this is the 90s is weird, dog.
Yeah, weird people.
We're getting into some sexy stuff, so let's
Oh,
yeah.
Ernest movies. I
That's
forgot
good.
about
let's
those.
swap out of here.
Oh, my favorite Ernest movie is The Importance of Being Earnest. The Importance of Being Earnest.
Ernest, he's passed, right?
Yes.
Rest in peace. The one with the troll, it was like a Halloween Ernest movie. I remember scared me as a kid also.
Wait, the importance of being earnest.
I'm kidding. That's
Yeah,
another
right
Ernest
there.
movie.
That's not even
I
an
just
earnest movie.
Make, I know. I just make a joke that it
You-
is. It's always.
Son of a bitch.
It's like Ernest Goes West or something. Yeah.
Ernest goes to college. Ernest goes to jail.
It was Ernest like goes to boot camp or something like that.
Yeah.
It was one of the
All right, I'm just gonna.
There was a lot of them.
I just did a just a Google search so you can see.
Oh,
For some
man.
reason, Ernest was a big part of our childhood too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I don't
then,
know why.
Looking at Ernest Goes to Africa over there, do you guys remember Zaboomafoo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the lemur? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Zaboomafoo.
Look up Zaboomafoo if you can.
How do I
So-
spell it?
um,
Zaboom. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
it
right
is.
there.
Yeah, perfect.
What
It
the
was a-
fuck
it
is
was a
this?
lemur. It was a lemur that taught you about other animals.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
What about zoo books?
maybe a game.
Oh,
couple
zoo
that
books.
that was taking you along the way.
Right. Like, yeah, they probably were. Maybe.
Zoo
Zoo books,
books. Hold on, we gotta
Zoo
watch a
books,
Zoo Books commercial really quick.
I never actually got zoo books, but I remember them being advertised at like the
Oh,
beginning of every.
Blue's Clues. How do we miss Blue's Clues?
That's true too.
Blue's Clues was legit.
Wishbone, yeah.
Dude, how
which
many
one was
times
that?
did we see Zoo Book commercials? I saw about this commercial about 6,000 times.
And I
think
got
they
the
were
zoo
at the
books,
beginning
and they're
of,
kind of cool.
Oh no, for
I think
sure.
they played at the beginning of VHSs a lot of times.
I think so too.
Let's not forget any of the infomercials that were around, like
Head on.
all
Apply
Oh,
right
yeah.
to the forehead. Head
the
on.
Ronco, food dehydrator and the pocket
Yeah.
fisherman and
Commercials
You know
were
what?
on another level. They were wild.
You know, we're gonna have to do an like a separate infomercial
Mhm.
episode because there's so many we can go into.
Oh,
Miguel,
absolutely.
we could just pull a bunch and just do an episode where you just watch infomercials and do commentary. I think that'd be a
And I
fun
used
video.
to watch that shit as a kid because there was nothing else to watch, especially on a Sunday.
And remember, As Seen on TV was like a whole moniker in the 90s and all that fun stuff. Man, there was a
Cherry says Reading Rainbow. That's a good
Oh, classic.
Reading Rainbow is excellent.
Absolutely.
Bill
Especially
Nye.
The episode.
Bill Nye. Oh my god.
Yeah, Bill Nye, the science guy. The episode of
Okay.
Reading Rainbow where LeVar takes you behind the scenes to start.
Heck yeah.
If you haven't seen that, you need to watch it.
Absolutely agree. It was incredible and it blew my mind as a child as well. That was the best episode.
Cherry, if you ever want to gather some of those Canadian nostalgia commercials, you can send them to neonpocketdimension@gmail.com and we'll get them on the show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like we could do like 10 fucking nostalgia episodes, so we can do another one in the future.
There you go.
What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean, I
man.
think we could talk about this stuff for days because there's just so much goodness. But yeah, heck yeah, the 90s, the aesthetic is like, it's hard
In
to
your face.
it's hard
Like,
to pinpoint, but I don't think it'll ever really. I wonder when/if it'll ever really truly come back around again.
yeah.
It feels wholly unique. Like 80s seems to be kind of ubiquitous. Like there's always 80s nights, and that kind of like look is so kind of like it's not timeless, kind of timeless. 50s and 20s, like those types of things, like are kind of they come back regularly. But I don't know that we'll ever like fully embrace the 90s the way it was. We'll see.
Yeah,
Some
true.
of the decisions for clothes were just awful, I will say. So
Yeah.
Baggy pants. Oh god, yeah, man.
But you
Yeah.
could say that about the 2000s as well. Like when we watch like movies set in that time frame with all the fucking whale tails and thong stuff and like
Yeah, whale tails, yeah.
everything was like generic
God,
looking. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Scott.
baggy ass pants.
and just
that
like-
didn't need to be that baggy.
Just like when Gen Z is like in their 30s and they look back and they're like, God, I can't believe we wore mom jeans. That was so fucking weird. Every generation will have that. Every decade.
Absolutely, they will. And then every new generation will think the old generation is stupid.
But
Yeah.
then they'll go like 1 or 2 decades back and then like co-opt that fashion and be like, oh, this is sick, and then it just repeats and repeats forever. So
Exactly.
What if in like 30 years it's like a resurgence of band that just go like
Oh, yeah.
that'd be great.
there will be neo butt rock in the future. Mark my words.
New butt rock, dude. Oh, great.
Oh, God, no.
Awesome.
Well, guys, that is our topic of the show for tonight. We have dove deep into nostalgia. So yeah, anyone, if anyone ever wants to write in to contribute topics for our show, as I said earlier, we don't mention it all that much, but write into neonpocketdimension@gmail.com and suggest us topics or write in on, with just anything you want to share like that. But yeah, I think Jacob, we'll probably skip the prompt game tonight. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's there. We'll play a game one day when we have time for it.
When we need it, they're there for us when we need it.
Yeah, we just
And so
stockpile
that's it.
games, and then we can play them whenever we want to.
Heck yeah, or we could have an Oops All Games episode. All those kinds of things are fun.
That'd be fun.
But that's going to bring us to the final segment of our show, which is endorsements, where we endorse a product, a method, a service that we that has been improving our lives of late. So I think let's see, Steven, I'm going to give you a second. I'm going to say, Jacob, you want to start us off with your endorsement for this week?
My endorsement is go to the dollar store for decorations for your parties. I mean, you're going to do like a Christmas thing, Halloween thing. I mean, you could go to Target or whatever too, but like honestly, dollar store is goated, dude. Like look at this. I got this box right here. It's full of shit, dude. Everything was $1. It's incredible. We're going to have all these games on Saturday with prizes. I have bags for the games. I have gift wrapping for the bags. It's insane what you can get at the dollar store. So hit up your local dollar store, throwing a party, especially a theme party or or a holiday thing. Like just you spend like $20, you get a whole bunch of shit. It's awesome.
I second that vote of confidence for dollar store. I was just there, got a bunch of stuff. It's really cool.
There you go.
I'm gonna third that, but mostly via negative, because I should have gone to the dollar store. I went to Michael's, spent like $70 on party decorations for my daughter's birthday party. I could have probably gone to the dollar store and spent $15.
Well, you want to go like multiple places typically, but like get the bulk of the bullshit that you're gonna get.
I was gonna say
the dollar store
disposable and that's gonna get tossed out anyway. Just buy it at the dollar store.
Yeah, like paper
and
stuff.
That even goes for like birthday bags, wrapping of any kind. Go to the dollar store. Balloons,
even cutlery, man. Like
yeah. For the party, anything you want for the party, go to the dollar store.
Then you could go to like Big Lots or something for extra stuff that you just you don't get. But like start at the dollar store for your party decorations. Trust me, you'll save cash and you'll see the fruits of my labor on Saturday.
100%.
Hell yeah. Miguel, what you got for us?
Hydration, just in general.
Excellent.
Yes.
Water, beer, coffee, tea. As long as there's something to drink it. Except for salt water. Don't do that. Don't be dumb.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. But yes, hydration.
Is it technically drinking it if you gargle salt water?
No.
Oh, okay.
Salion's good. Salion's good for the.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. I mean, if you have a sore throat, you can definitely gargle some warm salt water. And
right.
Yeah.
I'll show you.
I hate doing that, by the way. I hate doing that.
I'll give you something to gargle.
Oh, no.
No, thank you.
Gargle some cack.
And Mr. Hawk says, "Don't tell me not to drink salt water. The Great Salt Lake is a mile away, you commie."
If telling you not to drink salt water makes me a commie, then I guess I'm a commie. I'm proud of it.
Steven, you got something for us?
Yeah, I was gonna say he was talking about drinking. I was just gonna specifically say Death Wish coffee, particularly the grounds, like the fresh ground stuff. So,
agreed.
Very, very smooth. Kind of pricey, but very, very smooth and like not super acidic. So just been drinking that lately, and it's the world's most caffeinated coffee, right? So
epic.
It's very good. I don't know. So
yeah, I concur that Death Wish is good. Yeah.
I got the beans that I ground and I like pulled espresso shots with it. That's how strong and delicious it is, dude.
Hell yeah.
Very good.
All right, for my endorsement this week, I'm going to endorse 3 different albums. They are by the artist / internet personality Neil Ciceriega. He's kind of an old new E-Bombs World, Newgrounds dude. But he made these 3 different mashup albums that are like a work of art. They're called Mouth Sounds, Mouth Moods, and Mouth Silence. And the whole kind of like motivation behind them is like he kind of takes All Star by Smash Mouth and kind of just sees how far he can go, like sneaking All Star into other songs. and so it's pretty much like it's this whole eclectic like mashup album that are really, really well done. Like that's the thing is overall like they're really, really well produced, and there'll be like 30 or 40 songs mashed into this one thing. So it's kind of this whole like look at like 90s to 2000s to even modern like pop songs and how they're really all kind of the same. But then intermittently he'll just bring Smash Mouth into it, and it's hilarious and off-putting and yet sometimes kind of moving. It's hard to imagine. It's hard to imagine that, but I remember specifically the absurdity of it was the only thing that lifted my spirits the day that Trump got elected. I remember this moment I was on the New York subway and everyone was like crying, and I just had to listen to Mouth Sounds because it just makes me laugh. So yeah, it's a good album experience.
Awesome.
That's that. Well, guys, it's been another Neon Pocket Dimension. It was good to be back this week, despite Discord trying to fuck us in the ass. If you're tuning in and watching us on Twitch, you already know. Give us a subscribe to get some cool emotes, ad-free viewing, and then you also get the a nice little background music that Jacob provides for us. But if you don't want to watch there, you can watch on YouTube at Neon Pocket Dimension. And give us a like or leave a comment. It helps us in our lifelong struggle against the YouTube algorithm. And then also, if you like what we do, we have kind of expanded into multiple channels. So Odd Valley Studios is where you're going to get all the weird and wacky and comedic stuff, including all of the epic St. Patty's Day showdown that's going to be happening this weekend on Saturday. And then for video games, we have a brand new channel that's the Neon Gaming Dimension, where we post game reviews, showcase reactions and impressions. We've got tier lists on there, and then we do, of course, the show 5 Minute Gamer, of which there are episodes dropping regularly. So yeah, check out all of our content. We love making it for you, and a bunch of good stuff to come now that all of us are kind of settled in the next few weeks. So hell yeah.
New 5 Minute Gamer next Monday. Look out for it.
Hell yeah. Whoop whoop. Any other comments from the panel before we get out of here?
Chinese food might be overrated.
Whoa.
Stop that. Stop that.
Topic for another time.
Wow.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Wow.
Yep. Next week, I will see you from a brand new city, Portland, Oregon. Any kind of money best friends or Neon Pocket pals out there who live in Portland, give me a shout. Let's hang out.
Yeah, thanks, Pocket Pals. This kind of sounds perverted.
Yeah, that's not okay.
That's definitely what our fans are called.
Pocket Pals? Ugh.
We're calling them Pocket Pals.
Dimension.
Oh, dude, you're a Pocket Pal? Sick, man. Good to meet you.
I kind of hate it. All right. Let's get out of here.
Well, you're going to have to talk about that.
See you next week on Neon Pocket Dimension.